Hey everybody, and welcome to part 2 of my reaction / review of Working Man, as well as the full Rush debut album. Just finished listening to that entire album. We've been doing it for a little longer than I planned, but we did listen to every single song. Next week, we're starting on the next album. I'm super excited for the addition of Neil Peart. It's going to be awesome. I don't want to take anything away from what this album is or the musicianship that is in it, because I think, personally, it's a really good album. Now, to be fair, this album is definitely not up to par with the production and songwriting that they became known for later, but for an early 70s, just kind of blues rock type sound, this is sweet, and it did not really disappoint. I've said in several other videos, this genre, not really mine, but I really actually enjoyed this. Just sitting here and listening to it with an open mind, totally enjoyed it. The drums, because it's John Rutsey, it's not Neil Peart. It was not as technical as far as I can tell. Someone commented on one of my other videos and said, if you think the drums are easy, then try and play them. Well, I'm not a drummer, so I'm only making observations about what I think I hear. So yeah, if that's just stupid ignorance on my part, I don't know. But the drums don't sound as technical. And obviously, when Neil Peart is one of the greatest drummers of all time, yeah, I don't know too many people that really stack up to him. So I think it's fair to say the drumming got better later on, but it didn't leave anything to be desired, really, in the whole, context and flow of the album. It just fit. It just held down a cool groove. John Rutsey was cool. He was solid. And then the rest of the grooves fit over it. And that left plenty of room for Geddy to do his thing. And Alex's solos all over the album just totally blew my mind. I do not think that I was expecting that level of guitar playing this early on in their careers, which was probably pretty foolish of me because everything I've ever heard from him has been really good. But to me, that was just the standout of the album, was some of these solos that were just absolutely fire. The tone was cool. It was raw. It was pretty simple, kind of like hot at the same time. A very classic sound. Sounds like, you take a guitar and you just plug it straight on into your amp and there's not too much else going on. But that's sometimes how you just get the coolest sound and the most, to me, organic sound. You get this, it's a guitar player and a guitar, and there's no hiding behind that. So what you hear is what you get. And Alex delivered all across the board for sure. Some fast playing, some soulful playing, beautiful chording. Alex is Alex, and he does what he does, and he does it really well. And I love it. I mean, that's what keeps me coming back to Rush, if I'm totally honest, because it's mind-blowing. As a guitar player, you listen to it and you can hear it on the radio, or you can hear it on YouTube, or you can hear someone playing it or whatever. You may just kind of blow it off because it's not over-the-top flashy. It doesn't catch your attention like other stuff does. But when you give your attention to this, that's when you start to hear the intricacies, and you start to hear the technique, and you hear the restraint, and you hear the absolute just awesome talent and songwriting ability. I also wonder on this album how much of the soloing was improv. Especially on Working Man, I was listening to it and it sounded like there were some parts where it was just kind of like maybe faster transitions in the solo. I don't know if they had it all written out or if a lot of it was improv, because I know that later in their careers they were super strict about how they played their songs, and they were to the note. And you watch them live and that's just how they are. It's like you're listening to the studio recording. So I know they were really strict about that later in their careers, but I don't know, maybe one of you guys knows and can chime in. If you do, drop me a comment. Let me know, was this all written out, or was a lot of it just going in the studio and just doing their thing? I'd love to hear from you guys on that. Well, guys, I thought this was a great album. I'm looking forward to more stuff from them. And like I said at the beginning of part 1, this is not just a Rush reaction channel now. So if there's other stuff you want to hear, let me know and we'll be mixing it in. Rush will be a staple, but there's going to be plenty of other stuff. So just let me know what you want to see and I'll be getting to it. Well, I'm excited for the next album, guys. Next week, we will be starting that, and hopefully we'll get probably, 3 or 4 songs in next week on that. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're like through one of 19, I think, albums. So, quick math, yeah, we're a little over 5% of the way there. Just scratching the surface. There's a ton to be discovered, and it's going to be a really fun, really crazy, really wild ride, and I hope we can stick this out all the way, and I hope you guys will stick it out with me. It's going to be fun. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the likes. Thanks for the comments. Thank you for subscribing, and go ahead and hit that little bell icon so you get notified when new videos come up. I will be seeing you guys later. Have a good one.